What I can tell you is that when these conservative investors find out about fixed indexed annuities and how they can still participate in these market upside, the upside growth of the markets, but not have to worry about experiencing any of the losses, it becomes a very attractive product for them because they're used to getting very menial or lower rates of return in these very safe money investments like CDs. They might be getting 4 or 5% on a CD in today's market. But when they find that they can get a better return above and beyond that CD type return, and I'm not talking about huge differences, but if you can get 6 to 8% in an indexed annuity versus 4 to 5% in a CD, that extra 2 percentage points really adds up over a long period of time. But when they learn about these products, and I think that's key, is that education around these products is so essential to really letting the masses know about these products, because they really can serve a large group of people that have interest in what these indexed annuities have to offer. When you're looking at annuities like fixed indexed annuities, there are actually two different ways that they can protect you during a market crash. So we talked about the protected accumulation option, which is just having a guarantee contractually of principal protection. There's a 0% floor, or in other words, there's no downside risk. If the index that you're allocated to happens to go down at any point in time, the worst you can ever do is a zero in that crediting period. You can't incur any losses or negative aspects. But the other way is obviously guaranteed lifetime income riders, which we've talked about on previous episodes. And those guaranteed lifetime income riders are surefire ways to help people during these market downturns because of the guaranteed income that they provide. And they allow someone to afford the wherewithal to ride out these roller coaster waves or these swings in the market. Because of that lifetime income that's being created, it can help someone look at the rest of their assets that might still be invested in the stock market with a completely different lens, because they're no longer dependent on that stock market portfolio to provide income. And when you can create that independency from the markets, and you can allow that income to be completely separate from what the markets are doing and all of the unnecessary uncontrollables, it really gives someone a ticket for peace of mind, right? A way to just kick back and relax and know that regardless of what happens, their income is protected and it's coming in every month. And guess what? If you go back during every major downturn in the markets, they always come back. It's just a matter of time and how much time it takes to get back. But when you have income completely separate from those market accounts, that allows you and affords you that bounce back time, which is essential to ultimately growing your portfolio long term. You have to let it come back. If you make bad decisions trying to get in and get out because you're fearful of losing, that's when people get hurt.
Yeah, and you hit on a great point in understanding that there's two different ways that these fixed index annuities can help somebody, and it's not a one size fits all. So these can be used in multiple ways, and we can custom tailor that to somebody's needs. And I just think that oftentimes in some of the conversations that I've had, somebody may be approaching this in a straight line, soldiers marching, and this is the one priority that we're looking for. But once we dive deeper into the understanding of what the plan is, we can use an annuity in more ways than one with different annuity types.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's the right approach, is to look at, really the goals and objectives for the money and for that individual, what they want that money to do, and then fit the right type of annuity with the right type of planning or contractual guarantee to help meet that objective. And that's so important to this decision is, if you have a need for income, we're looking at guaranteed income. If you have a need for safe growth, well, we're looking at either fixed rate annuities, the MIGA, or we're looking at fixed indexed annuities for protected accumulation. If we're looking at long-term care, there are annuities that offer guaranteed benefits for long-term care. So it just comes down to really understanding the objective, and that's important to any decision. in any plan is coming up with the goals and objectives, and then what assets do we have to fund those goals. And that's where we really enjoy what we do, is because one of the things that we're passionate about the most is bringing transparency to this very complex world of annuities. And it doesn't have to be complex. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of bias out there in our industry. And I will tell you right now, anybody that doesn't like annuities, you have to really be questioning what their real intentions are. Because if you explore annuities and you break them down around the contract and what the contractual guarantees are and how they can be used, and there's softwares, if we work with you, we can model out anything to prove that factually, economically, the annuity in your plan gives you better outcomes than not having one.